4 decades after Haile Selassie's death, Ethiopia is an African success story. Tigray Online, March 23, 2017. Ethiopia is a country with multi-ethnic nations who are accomplished hundreds of years of living together in a peaceful coexistence, good neighboring and good culture of mutual relationship. But we endure difficulties of varying volumes under feudal and chauvinist systems. We inherited ethnic hatred, severe segregation and systematic ethnic magnetization that severely undermined and neglected the rights of the different ethnic groups. Ethiopia has changed beyond all recognition since the death of its last emperor, Haile Selassie, 40 years ago. Haile Selassie was surreptitiously murdered at the age of 83 by the military revolutionaries who had overthrown him a year earlier. Though t-shirts sparing his familiar features are to be seen on the streets of Addis Ababa, the days of the empire have gone and there is no move to restore it. Gone too is the Derg, as the military regime was called. It attempted to build a communist state on the ruins of the empire, like its backers in the then USSR. Though it built what initially seemed to be an effective dictatorship, it was unable to cope with the economic incompetence of state socialism, symbolized for the outside world by the Great Famine of 1984 or the resistance aroused by brutal top-down central rule. This resistance was led by the Movement for the Independence of the Northern Province of Eritrea. One of the most effective insurgencies the world has ever seen, it brought down the Derg in the province in 1991. Eritrea has since tragically degenerated into an African North Korea, which has succeeded only in providing a massively disproportionate number of the refugees now besieging Fortress Europe. The government of the rest of Ethiopia, by far the largest part of the country, fell to an allied guerrilla movement, the Tigray People's Liberation Front. Somalia. According to Yahoo News article published on January 25, 2017, Eritrea is one of the top 10 corrupt countries in the world. The report, which was released on Wednesday by the Corruption Perceptions Index 2016, places the troubled Horn of Africa country at number 9 out of the 176 ranked countries and 46 most corrupt countries on Earth. Somalia is the most corrupt country in the world and has been for the past 10 years the number most corrupt country. As you can see in the table below, Eritrea is tied with Angola for the number 9 place. Somalia, South Sudan, North Korea, Syria, Libya, Sudan, and Yemen, Afghanistan, Guinea-Bissau, Iraq and Venezuela, Angola and Eritrea, Chad and Haiti. The scoring system is out of 0 to 100 points. Countries that scored 100 points are clean of corruption and countries that scored closer to 0 points are extremely corrupted. Our sister country Eritrea scored 18 points whereas Somalia scored 10 points, which the lowest score in the scale. Corruption is rampant throughout the world including in Ethiopia. But the defenders of the one-man regime in Eritrea would love to tell you there is no corruption in Eritrea. But every international independent bodies say Eritrea is one of the corrupt countries in the world. A couple years ago about $699.6 million US were found hidden in a Swiss bank with unknown Eritrean account holders, and $695 million out of the total money belonged to one person, it was disclosed. Some Eritrean opposition and foreign diplomats were saying the accounts belong to the Eritrean government officials or the Eritrean generals who are allegedly involved in illegal arms deals and people trafficking. As mentioned above, no doubt there is plenty of corruption in Ethiopia. But the difference from Eritrea is, in Ethiopia the government is talking about it. The people are talking about it, even giving their lives fighting it, and nobody is pretending corruption does not exist in Ethiopia. In Eritrea corruption is a taboo subject, no one is allowed to talk about it. Even Eritreans in the diaspora are not willing to talk about corruption and bribery in Eritrea because they think they're protecting their country by hiding the filth in Eritrea. When was the last time you heard thousands of people demonstrating against government corruption in Eritrea? Is it because there is no corruption and the people are so happy about how the government is conducting itself, including regarding corruption? We let you answer that. The die-hard Eritreans, instead of looking into what is happening in their country and try to help their people, they are spending most of their time helping the Ethiopian extremists. Some Eritreans even go to demonstrate with members of GINBOT7 against the Ethiopian government and Ethiopian people, as if there is not enough problems in Eritrea that needs their attention. However, the outside world can see what is going on in Eritrea, and it is not all fun and games.